Alright folks, welcome to episode 8 of the Wee Podcast. Phil here with Clarky.
Hello.
Just a wee reminder that we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube. If you'd like to go and give us a wee follow and all that lovely stuff, we would appreciate it. Let's go! So over the next 2 weeks, we decided that we're just going to take the time, sit aside and ask each other a few questions, and hopefully it'll give a bit of insight as to who we are as people and as hosts. This week I'm going to ask Clarky a few questions. I'm just going to crack right into it here. Can you explain your philosophy in life, like you've previously sort of said about in other episodes before this one?
Yeah, well,
your little mantra and stuff. And
yeah, well, for anyone that didn't hear it before, the saying that I sort of try and live life by is obviously this too shall pass.
Which is where now? Which is where now?
Which I actually got tattooed, above my right knee, quite recently. But basically, the story, it's a Persian adage, sort of about the human condition. So don't worry too much about the bad times; they will end, and enjoy the good times because they will too. So basically, make the most of what you have when you have it. So I suppose where that came from is probably part of like why it matters, if you know what I mean. So
to you,
yeah,
is that interesting to you then? Is it?
Well, yeah, definitely, because I suppose a lot of it came from, obviously, my parents aren't together; they're divorced.
Yeah.
They got divorced whenever I was 20.
Spoilers.
20-ish, around 19, 20 years old.
Jeez, that's 8 years ago.
Yeah. What?
No,
You're
still 28 in my mind. Look at it.
No, yeah, so it's 5 years ago. But obviously, as I mentioned as well, they're both remarried.
Yeah.
Happily remarried.
Yeah.
And I suppose I first heard that story around that time, which sucked, obviously.
I can imagine, yeah.
So that particular, adage, saying, whatever you want to call it,
you called it your mantra though, didn't you?
yeah, well, it is, because that is now, certainly.
By, yeah.
But I mean, I'm very much of the opinion that you shouldn't, if you can avoid it, hold any grudges. Accept things when you can't change them, and this is something I have no control over whatsoever. So
yeah.
I'm not angry at my mum or my dad at all.
I suppose you really shouldn't be though.
Well, I mean, a lot of people do have sort of harbored sort of feelings.
It's a big thing, but I suppose if you don't really...
I just don't see the point. I don't see the point in being angry at my mum or my dad. I don't see the point in not liking, or for whatever reason, who they're with at all, because what's the point?
Well, like you said, it's in your hands. You can't.
Yeah,
you
there's
can't
nothing I can do
now.
to change it. So, so basically, that sort of comes from that a bit as well. That back then, as I say, it wasn't great, obviously, but from that, I don't know. I suppose that this is a good thing that came from it, and I try to do that often. Appreciate what is good and not worry about what isn't, because if you can't change it, then
you think you're doing well at it.
Yeah. There's another actual quote that I quite like. It's from Walt Disney. It's if you've done the very best you can, then worrying's not going to make it any better.
No, people still do it. That's the thing.
100%. No, you can't get away from it. I do it as well, but at the same time, I do try and remind myself that this too will be over. This too shall pass.
Yeah. Do you think you're doing well at it now then?
Certainly better than I was. Yeah.
Well,
it's taking practice. Yeah, definitely.
Back when you were 20 in 1920.
Yeah, because I mean, I was going.
You're still technically. I mean, people say you're growing up once you've hit 18, but you're not really. You're still a child.
No, you're 100%. Like I'm still flipping, developing, and figuring out what the hell's going on. Do you know what I mean? Like
body wise.
Yeah. But in terms of obviously I was going through uni and stuff then, and
it's a lot of stuff to handle. All on one plate.
It wasn't ideal, and
I couldn't imagine it would be.
Amongst that as well, actually my granddad died as well, and my dog. So it was.
That's a lot of stuff.
It was a lot to take on, and that was, my dog and my granddad was actually within about 2 or 3 months of each other as well. So did
you know of that saying whenever you were that age?
No.
Do you think it would have helped?
Yeah, but I stumbled across it then.
Oh right. Okay.
It was. To be honest with you, I'm not really sure where the actual story came to me or how I came across it, but when I came across it, I know it struck a chord.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I reckon maybe people will be able to tell. Maybe people that knew me then will be able to tell that I think I'm probably a lot different now than I was then.
Well, thankfully I didn't know you back then. So I don't know. Maybe we should ask Phil and see if he's think you've changed or.
Yeah, maybe. Well, he would be a good person to ask.
Yeah.
Definitely, because I've known Phil 8 years.
Yeah.
Just maybe coming into the 9th year now, but
it's a long time.
Yeah, like, and obviously I worked with him for a long time during that period as well.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see. That would be an interesting question to ask him.
Oh,
maybe next time he's on, we can.
The next time, so
yeah. Change part 2.
Everyone's going through changes. No, yeah, that's fair play. Is there anything in life that sort of makes you feel complete or accomplished, or in like anything in that sort of sense, or makes your life complete? It's just because that's a really stupid sort of way of putting it. But is there anything in your life that, say, like, I don't know, for example, like you went and seen a TV program you haven't seen in a long time, like, you know what, that's made my life a lot better. That's made my week complete, or you know, anything like not as small as that, but
don't know what you mean.
It could be as small as that. I mean, the last time we were talking about things that made you happy, you talked about a bloody lightsaber, so
yeah,
make any child happy, but
still does.
Yeah.
Accomplished or complete? It's a really good question.
It's a tough question, like,
because it's, I don't know, because you always set yourself like little goals and whatever, but at the same time, whenever you get those, then you set yourself a new one. You don't really sit back and appreciate what you've just done. So
yeah, but I mean that those are goals. They're goals. You know that you're gonna have them no matter what. But is there any sort of time in your life, at any point between, you know, well, not whenever you were born, because you don't really know your own goals then, but like, is there anything that sort of sticks out and it's like, you know, I've done this and it's made my life a lot better, or if it's, you know, made me feel as if I've done something worthwhile that is going to stay with you for a lot.
There have been moments where I have felt completely at ease and at peace.
Is that whenever you're really drunk?
No. There've been a few of them, but they all seem to have a similar
background
story, so they're sort of together. But one thing I will say is I'm not a massive fan of the beach, right? But all of them have happened there.
That's
right?
strange.
Weird, right? So the first one was in
a nude beach.
It was in Dubai actually.
Oh, right,
with Mark. It was the first time I went away with just a mate. We went to Dubai, and we'd spent all day. As I mentioned, I don't overly like the beach, but we'd spent all day there, just chilling out, relaxing, whatever.
Was that by choice?
Yeah, because
there's just nothing else to do.
The beach there's different because the water is warm, like really warm.
Yeah,
it's like a bath. And then once you're out, you're like dry in like 5 minutes anyway.
Just bring your bath bomb.
So, but yeah, like that's one example. We went there and spent most of the day there, and the sun was obviously setting, coming into the evening time, and this sort of group of like local teenagers came down, but they had like a radio, and you know what? I'm pre-warning you're gonna slaughter me about the end of this story. Okay. So they came down and they were playing like music and stuff. Right.
Dear.
I know, here it comes. But anyway, it was just a really nice temperature, really nice evening. Sunset was really like it was amazing. But then they started playing Coldplay. I know. They started playing Coldplay. And
this is a long time ago, to be fair though, so
2012.
This is whenever Coldplay had
2012.
Probably more reasonable tunes that you
it was like Fix You and stuff.
Yeah, so songs you would listen, like nowadays the songs are just all about the same
specifically
stuff.
It was The Scientist.
Oh right, okay.
Was being played.
Still terrible, but you know.
But at the time it was just one of those moments where I was like,
this is cool.
Everything's alright.
Yeah.
Like I am not worried. I'm not stressed.
Do you think it was the song then that made you feel like that?
I just think it was a general scenario. Like everything about that day had been completely relaxed. That evening we knew what we were doing, gonna get something to eat, whatever. But it was just a really good day, really relaxed. And then very, very similarly, in September past, a skipped out another one. There's one in the middle. It was very similar in America with Callum.
Yeah.
But this particular night in Bali, Rachel and I got dinner on a beach. Did I show you the picture? No.
No. I don't
No.
think so.
Basically, we've been out with Yudi. I've mentioned him in a previous episode, but
Yeah.
he took us to this dinner, this restaurant, sorry, and he said, "Look, in there is amazing dinner." He calls it dinner with a view, and you get a table, and it is literally on the beach. So you sit and eat your dinner on the beach, and the sun goes down in front of you.
Well, it's a good thing there's no wind then, because
There's nothing.
you wouldn't need any salt in your stuff. Then.
No, it was just
like a nice crunchy pie. You know,
it was just so settled. Like everything was really relaxed, and
could you hear like the waves and stuff whilst you're eating Did you have seafood?
it was available, but I don't eat it.
Oh, you don't. That's
I don't
right.
like seafood.
Yeah, that's right. The sheep.
No.
Well, that's good. That's what you want.
So it was
I
fine.
like
We just had some chicken, like, but that again was like once all the food had been cleared and stuff, and you know we just had like a drink each. We were just sort of sitting and it was just nice, like really good. Again, one of those times where I was like, I'm good with this. Like if this could be it, I'd be fine with that, like forever.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of those.
That's
like
crazy. Because that's quite minimal. Because whenever you hear people being asked that question, they're like, "Oh, if I won so much money or something," it's like
I don't know. Like those particular moments, I vividly remember just being like.
So you feel as if you're still there, sort of thing.
If I think back, I feel very calm.
Yeah.
If ever there was to be a happy place, it would be one of those.
I was going to say, would that be your happy
100%,
place? 100%. Yeah.
100%.
That's a good way to be. It seems that you're a bit more grounded in that sense. That not everything's just rush, and your finest moment in life has to be something that you've accomplished yourself.
Well, it just goes back. Maybe it's never actually thought this before. It just goes back to the whole mantra, like enjoy what is good.
Yeah, what's happening right now
while it's happening.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That's a good way to be.
They were great. I'll have to admit, even thinking back to those, it was so good.
I wish I had something like that.
So good.
Mine's probably just like sitting on my Xbox, which is like, sweet, happy days.
1,000 G in it.
Yeah. Well, speaking about stuff to do, I suppose. Do you have any sort of favorite book or movie that's sort of like special to you in a way, or you have a connection to, or?
Do you want one of each?
Yeah, if you've got one of each, then yeah.
I can tell you about the book very quickly, but I feel like this is going to turn into a Rachel episode. So.
Oh dear.
Yeah, seriously. So, the book is The Timekeeper.
Well, this is your episode, Clarky. So
okay, well then that's
this is
fine.
all about you and your time and your life and your stuffs.
Favorite book is The Timekeeper, by Mitch Albom.
Okay.
Really good book. Again, all about basically making the most of what you have when you're here, and
so it sort of comes back to your mantra as well. Then.
Well, yeah, it's really weird.
Everything sort of comes back.
Maybe it's a perfect first question for this. But
maybe that's how you're like living your life. Then basically, just
I'm just proving myself right, and this is going to blow my mind as we go through this. But
you listen back to this episode, man. You're going to be all over the place.
But basically, it's a book about Father Time, like how he invents time, and then he's punished for wanting too much of it. So he's given all the time in the world. He's put in a cave. And the cave has what do you call them, stalactites and stalagmites.
Yeah.
And they're gradually forming. But his punishment for wanting too much time in this cave is that he has to listen to everyone complain about time. He invented it, therefore he has to listen to everyone complain about wanting more or less.
That sounds horrible.
So eventually the stalagmite meet.
Yeah.
With blinding light, and a deity appears and says, okay, you're going to Earth. There's people on Earth that you need to meet and have an effect on. Without ruining any of the story, there's a teenage girl who wants to take her own life. She doesn't want any more time. And there's an elderly man who has some sort of disease, I think it's cancer, but he basically is gonna die, and he wants to cryogenically freeze himself and give himself more time. So he is basically put in there to teach them the value of it. There's a really nice quote in it. Actually, there's a reason God limits our days, to make each one special. So, it's one of those nice wee books. It's got nice wee sort of quotes and things in it. But that's my favorite book. But and it was anyway. But then it sort of became more so because it was what Rachel and I actually first bonded over with that book.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh right.
And, then obviously I told you what I got her for Christmas, didn't I?
Yeah.
The first ever.
Yeah.
the first ever thing I got her, like her big sort of first part of her Christmas present, was,
which I thought was quite strange,
a signed first edition of this book.
Yeah,
maybe that gives
you mentioned that in the podcast.
Did I?
Pretty sure you did.
Yes, I did.
If you didn't, then like now you have.
Yeah, well, I think I did, but yeah, if I didn't, that was the reason I got her that book.
Yeah.
So that would maybe explain that a bit more, but that was like the first thing we really were like I was like, oh, my favourite book's this. You probably never heard of it. She was like, well, it's sort of mine. I was like, what? You know?
That's crazy though.
Yeah, really weird.
To have something that big in common though, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's class. It's really cool.
So would you say that's the reason why it's special to you, or just because
it's more special
yeah.
now? Yeah. I think the author is incredible, but that particular book was my favourite, and then obviously that, you're just like, that's pure nuts.
It's strange how the world works, like, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whenever you sort of think about that.
And then favourite movie.
Well, that was a good sentiment. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the book.
Yeah, it's class. Nice. But favorite film, like,
that has a connection, not just like, oh yeah, well, Star Wars, because I know you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. To be honest,
Star Wars. I would assume it would be Star Wars, but I mean, as would most of our listeners, I would say that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's probably Star Wars.
But yeah, I mean, probably would be.
Any specific one?
I hate that question.
That's what questions are invented for.
To be honest, what I like about the originals is that it's raw.
The originals is in the
3, 4, 4, 5, 6.
There you go.
So basically, what I like about those is everything's like, you can tell it's sort of dated.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. I think it's class.
Suppose in like 20, 30 years it'll be the same thing though, whenever you look back on the other ones.
If you even look at episode 1 now, you're like, whoa.
I know. It is strange.
19 years ago.
Sorry?
Yep. 1999.
That's nuts.
Yep.
Why would you remind me about...
Pure mad. But
this is about you.
Anyway.
Not about me feeling bad.
Probably that. Probably that. Or... No, I'm sticking with that. I'm just going to stick with that.
Star Wars?
Yeah.
Just the old Star Wars ones?
One of them, and it will basically any, because as I say, it's more like the raw quality of those films, and the fact that he only meant to make one, and then it became this massive thing.
So if you were to like sit down now and watch if you were just to be like,
if I was to offer any one of the 9 that are out,
would you go back to an older one?
Yeah, probably.
Really would?
Yeah. Like, I loved 8.
Yeah.
Loved 8. I loved Rogue One. Loved 7. But I just think there's something within those original 3. You know.
Did you watch them first then?
Oh yeah. Definitely. And then whenever episode 1 came out, I went to see that, and then 2, I went actually for my birthdays with friends to see episode 3. The same day I got the Xbox game of episode 3.
Yeah.
We all went to see that. And then obviously 7 Rogue One.
So it's obviously got some sort of connection to you now though, because you're literally like,
hugely.
From what I know, you're like, I don't even know if there's an actual word to describe how much you're into Star Wars. Like, I don't think there is.
I just love Star Wars. I don't know. I think more what it is that it's the same with my love of comics, that like you can, I don't know, like you feel like you're there.
So you're immersed in the whole...
you don't need to worry about anything else.
Well, whenever you're watching it, or whenever you're reading comics and stuff.
Yeah, like in comics and whatever, like it gives you that detachment.
Yeah.
From what you're doing. If you've got like, I don't know, like I know, for example, first ever comic book I got bought. It's a comic book. It was a graphic novel, and it was bought by good friend of mine, actually, David Gilmore. He bought me, a Batman graphic novel, and I've still got the one they got me.
Mm-hmm.
Still mint condition, David. You'd be glad to know. But basically, that particular one was again another one I sort of read again at that, the time I was speaking about whenever my parents were breaking up.
Yeah.
Where I was reading that as well, because again it was just like an escape. You know what I mean? You don't have to think about any of that other
about life, basically.
Yeah, like if you whenever I watch Star Wars, I don't just watch it, you go.
Well, that's the thing.
You know what I mean?
We went to see it, and we went to see it in the cinema, sure, and like I don't know about you, like, but I just didn't realize anyone else was there.
Yeah, but that's how you
I was
know.
just
Like
I
that's
was
what I'm
immersed.
saying. Like that's what I. Oh, it's just so good. That's what I love about the films is that you. I don't know. Like you literally go there. You're
know what you
there.
mean. I know
like
what you
it's
mean.
really hard to explain.
It
unless,
is very tough
you know,
to explain, but it's, I think it's very different whenever, like, if, especially a Star Wars film, or even like, I don't know, like Indiana Jones or whatever it is. But whenever you're in the cinema and you're seeing it in a big screen with all these speakers around you, even hearing the intro sound, like the theme tune, like you just don't know what's happening. You know what I mean?
The hair raises in your arms, like, doesn't it?
But the
So
fact it's a
good.
black screen and it's all dark, and it's just everything pops up in front of you, just like, yeah, this is me.
It's just
I could sit there and watch the whole thing, like from start to finish.
Easy. But yeah, I mean that's probably what it is. It's that it gives you that detachment to go to this other place and be someone else and think of, like, you know, whatever. You know, that's probably what it is, and that's probably why even whenever I was like younger, as like a kid, that took you to be you could be a Jedi, you could be a
I know,
superhero.
well, you still can now. I mean, you've got a lightsaber like a replica, so you're
legit.
fine. You could legit be a Jedi going, or a Sith if you want to just like paint it red. You know?
Get a new one.
No, that's just so much money for a lightsaber. You could give me the red one and we could just duel each other in the bathroom or something.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Not in the bathroom. It'd be kind of weird.
What are you doing? Have a lightsaber fight in the toilet.
But no, I agree with you in the certain point. Like, I mean, movies for me, yeah, definitely. I love movies, but I don't know how you can read. I can understand when people say it to me, like about you know, reading and stuff would just completely. You just don't notice the time going by.
Yeah.
You could like sit down at a book at 5 o'clock and be done by 10 and think it's only 7.
No, literally.
You know, it's crazy. Like, but no, that's fair play. So the Timekeeper on Star Wars then. Star Wars. What episode? Any specific ones?
I'm gonna go 5.
Oh dear.
5 or 6.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
We could be here a while. Just 5 or 6.
5 or 6 is going to be okay.
Yeah.
What are you most grateful for right now in this moment? Is that tough for you as well?
Well, yeah, because I don't think
it could be literally anything in the world. It could be a person, could be a book, could be a movie, could be a lightsaber.
I don't know. I suppose I'm gonna have to be really general because I don't think it's fair to pick like one person. But like
I would agree, but
I think people that I'm close to in general.
So friends.
Well, yeah, friends, Rachel, family. You know.
Hang on, sorry, say that again.
Yeah, you know.
Friends, Rachel, and family.
Yeah.
So is she like in between that category of friends and family?
Well, I feel like she's been mentioned a lot, but no.
So you just mentioned her again.
I know, but no, definitely, yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely, because especially obviously Christmas just passed. You know, a few. That's getting a while ago now, isn't it?
It's been a while, yeah. Been what, 2 weeks?
It's longer than that. It'll be nearly a month. By the time this actually airs, it'll be like 8 weeks.
Oh, right enough.
But
don't remind me. These days are going. They're far too fast.
Yeah, it's not.
Don't remind me.
It's not. But yeah, I mean, what am I grateful for right now? So I'm just gonna go with the easy one first. Rachel, definitely, 100%, because she's the only person that keeps me grounded.
I don't know.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know about that. I mean, she does try. You're just a nutcase.
Yeah, she tried. Well, she's very good.
I would agree.
She's very patient and understanding, and I'm very lucky. But beyond that, I'm grateful for this for sure, 100%.
With the podcast.
Yep, 100%, because it's something that obviously we've been doing for this is the 8th episode, so recording for 8 weeks. So you're probably talking just now 4 months in. It's like a third of a year. So we've been getting together at least once a week.
4 months?
Yeah. It's like a third of a year.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Did I just like tell you like 2 seconds ago to not remind me of things?
Yeah, but you know what I mean? So if you think like...
That's so long.
Yeah, so we've been doing this for 4 months.
Well, not the episodes though.
No, but in general, putting it all together.
Yeah.
So
right enough, actually, that's crazy.
So like we've definitely become better mates from this.
Oh no,
sure.
yeah,
So,
but I'm sort of. I would agree with you in that sense that it would definitely. I don't think this would have made us be better friends, but it's definitely helped.
No, definitely, and it's been great. So this specifically, obviously as well. You know, friends just standard. You know, I don't think there's any real explanation needed there at all.
Yeah.
You know, friends are friends. And again, family, definitely, because, you know,
you're just grateful for being alive. I think.
Yeah.
In that sense, because you've got everything you sort of need. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So
because there's people out there that don't have, you know, people that they can't rely on and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And as I mentioned, you know, probably going back to the sort of first point again, not the saying, but more the fact that, you know, our parents aren't together anymore. But that's, I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to say it without just sounding terrible, but it's irrelevant to me.
Yeah.
Because
they're still there.
Yeah, I still love my mum and dad.
Yeah.
They're still my mum and dad.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether that sounded really harsh, but it really is.
To me, it didn't sound harsh. Like
to me, it is completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
You know, now because I've just accepted
that. You've been
that.
through it now, haven't
so,
you?
Yeah, I've accepted that. So
like you said, it was 8 years ago now. So
so
5 years ago, like 5 years is a long time to get over an awful lot of things. So
yeah, well, I mean, some people just don't, and I understand that. No, but
100%,
in terms of me, as I say, I'm just happy that, you know, I've got a mum and dad, and
you've got everything you need then, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
No, I would agree.
All very cliche, but that's what.
Well, as you were talking, yeah, it is cliche stuff. Like, but I mean, the question's quite a cliche question if you ask me. But
okay.
I thought I would ask it anyway, just to see if you were going to be out of the box or anything, you know. But as you were talking about people there, is there anything these days about people that surprises you in any way? Because, like, I don't know about you, but this day and age, it's very, very tough to like people.
Well,
just because of social media and stuff, it's just all
more. What sort of annoys me is that, and I suppose it sort of shocks me as well, is how nasty people are to each other.
Yeah. Would you think that's because this is the thing I always wanted to ask someone, is like, whenever, like, way back in the day before the internet was even a thing, you couldn't just go, like, no one would just go up to someone and be like, you're a prick. Well, maybe they would, but they wouldn't say, like,
but it would have been to their face.
Yeah.
It would have been through a screen.
Yeah, but like so many things back in the day you wouldn't have said in that sense. Like right now, everything's said very, like, in a vulgar way.
Yeah.
Because you're behind the screen.
I think a lot of that relates to the fact everyone now just wants to shout and be heard, as opposed to, like, listening.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that what sort of shocks me is that more people don't want to help each other. Nobody wants to see somebody succeed if it's not them succeeding. If you know what I mean, like, nobody wants to say,
it's like, what's in it for me, sort of thing.
Yeah, like, there's no like, oh, you know what, fair play to those guys for starting a band, fair play to that guy for writing a book.
Yeah.
You know, it's more like, why would he do that, as opposed to, well, that's really cool, like, let's try and help that guy out, because, like, people are like, cynical of other people's success and what they want to do as well sometimes. Like,
I hate that.
Yeah, it's just so frustrating. Do you know, like, why can't someone go and try to do something? Like, why can't somebody try and, as I say there, like, write a book, or, you know, become a singer, whatever?
It's, like, even worse whenever people, like, say that about people, about things that they want to do as well.
Yeah.
It's like, well, if they've done it because they want to do it.
Yeah,
and they more than
put the work in.
You know,
they've put the work in, and I think that is to be completely respected.
Yeah.
People actually try to do something and then get there, as opposed to trying to tear everyone down. Like, you know, it frustrates me. It really frustrates me seeing people not congratulate success where it's due.
Yeah.
And that happens so much, like, especially, as you say, especially on the internet. You know, it's
the worst place for it.
You know, you can be anonymous and you can say whatever you want, but you know, quite frankly, I just think if anybody is going for something, then do it. You know, I sent you the picture the other day.
Oh, Chris Hardwick.
Yeah, Chris Hardwick made a post basically just saying, make your thing, do whatever you want, try it. You know, 19 years ago, founder of Amazon, can't remember his name.
Jeff Bowman.
Who?
Jeff Bowman.
There you go.
No, that's wrong.
Jeff something.
But
anyway, the founder of Amazon, Mr. Amazon, he in this picture in 1999 is sitting by himself at a desk with a spray painted sign on the wall saying Amazon.com. 19 years later.
That's right. That picture was like, it was really strange.
Yeah. 19 years later, the guy is like a quadrazillionaire. Like, he's got more money than he knows what to do with, and he has completely changed the planet.
Yeah, he's made it a lot better.
Yeah, well, he's certainly made everything more accessible and cheaper. But, you know, why basically what Chris Hardwick was getting at in that was like people will try and tear you down, but just keep doing it anyway.
It just shouldn't be a thing.
You know,
I think. You know?
I just think everyone would really benefit from a bit more support, and I don't even mean just from friends.
Yeah.
I mean just in general.
Even a stranger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like why not? You know, like buskers in the street. People chuck money in their thing. They don't know who they are, but that's like a token of their. Yeah, you're pretty hard at this. It's
strange because obviously like, everyone's got this whole homeless thing going on, and it's just I don't know. I suppose it could be a different topic for another conversation somewhere else down the line, but you're obviously talking about it now. But I think trying to help so many people can be a tough task. But like you're saying, like the smaller things,
just moral support.
Yeah,
it doesn't need to be money. It doesn't need to be on. You know, if somebody started a Facebook page, like a video, if they're wanting to become like a videographer, and they've started a Facebook page, give it a like. What's it to you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what is that? It doesn't mean anything to you, but to them, you know, hitting 20 likes in their first week might be like their first goal.
It's a big milestone.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it gives you a bit of a confidence boost as well.
100%, like 100%, like you know, seeing, you know, perfect example actually. Don't know why I didn't think of this. Basically, thinking of our podcast and where we got to, in you know, as far as we have at this point.
What, 88 likes?
Yeah, or whatever it is, you know, I am pretty happy with that.
I'm happy
after
enough.
that sort of period of time.
Well, you said you had the projection for what 6 months for 100 likes, 100 likes in 6 months.
Yeah,
and we've got 88 in 6
weeks.
Yeah.
So, but basically, that just to use that as an example, you know, not everyone on there that likes this page or likes our page.
Yeah.
You know who we are particularly well.
Yeah.
But it's really like I personally do as well. I know you do as well. Think that it's class that they like the page.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, it's great.
Well, I didn't.
And it feels good.
Yeah, it feels good.
It didn't take them much just to hit like. So, you know, and that's just one example. So, do you just in general, you know, if you know someone that wants to write, you know, we were even saying to Phil last week.
Yeah.
You know,
that episode was
just do it.
People have that chance though, and that sort of talent. Like people do have that sort of talent in anything they do, and if they waste that, then that's all down to them.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they don't have the confidence to do it.
Maybe they don't have comment.
Yeah.
For somebody to say, well, don't do that. Okay.
Exactly. Maybe they don't have the tools or utensils to do it, but I would just try and people write things with their blood on paper, you know, or on the wall, you know. It's like you've got utensils there, you know what I mean? Yeah, well, you do. I know it's a weird way of looking at it, but if you even find a bit of chalk or something, or even a rock and write it on the concrete, you know, it's the same thing. But, or do paintings. But like, so many people have all these things to do, and just everyone else going, no, it's crap.
Yeah, but
it's just. Just put them down constantly. I would agree with you in that sense.
Like, I wouldn't say anything shocks me. I just think.
Well, no, you're probably right there.
But what I would say is that obviously there's the way people, you know, it's like torture and blah blah blah. But it sounds terrible.
That goes through time.
TV has completely desensitized everyone to that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So while it is completely horrendous and horrific whenever terrorism happens and etc., I wouldn't say it shocks me anymore. It's just disgusting.
Yeah.
Whereas I think, as I say, that there's enough of that in the world, so why try and make somebody that wants to do something like a book or a song or whatever, like why bring them down? There's enough of that shit out there.
Yeah.
So that'd be one thing that I would say just sucks more than shocks me.
No, I would agree with you in that. It's just stupid, but it's just getting under my skin, that has. Anyway, forget about that one. We could probably talk about that for months upon months.
For sure.
Next one, if you had no restrictions in life, what would you do?
Restrictions in terms of
everything. No restrictions. You could fly. You get any god's amount of money. If money would, maybe money's not even an option in this restriction world. You know, no restrictions whatsoever. You've got enough time in your hands to do anything you want.
I don't know.
You don't know?
Well, that essentially makes me like a deity. So.
Yeah, but I suppose it does.
Like I could
technically, let me rephrase the question. If you were God, you know, Well, but no, this is your life. So
if I could do whatever I wanted, what would I do?
Yeah, without any restrictions.
Oh, flip.
You can kill anybody.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
Oh.
I don't think. I would sort of go against my last point.
Yeah, I know, I was going to say. Although, to be sure, yeah, I'm going to leave that.
Well, I'm just going to sound like a Miss World pageant. I'm just going to be like, I'd stop world hunger. I would stop war. You know, whatever other crap they say. Like, obviously all that stuff is horrendous and terrible.
Yeah.
But...
Well, then let me rephrase that in a sense of just that it belongs to you as a person. Obviously, you would rather have... You know, I suppose anyone else would be like, well, I would stop this and that and the other.
Okay, so
if it was just down to you, what would you be doing with your... This is to get to know you. I know, obviously, what you're saying beforehand is getting to know you in the sense.
Oh, right. So
we all know you're a nice person. You would stop all the bad things in the world, but I would say a good lot of people would, and if they don't, then turn around and put yourself in the bin.
Yeah, there's something going on there.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Personal gain, I suppose, if you could.
Well, if I didn't ever have to need money again, I wouldn't work. What I would do instead is, instead of working, I would do things like
this.
Well, yeah, I would. Well, yeah, I mean things like more like art forms rather than work.
So hobby type of things.
Yeah,
then? So
like I would spend more time doing that. Like, I don't know. Like as I mentioned before, I would love to have something to do with the entertainment industry in LA. Yeah. But that's impossible because I live in Northern Ireland.
It's not impossible. It's only impossible if you put barriers in front of yourself.
Like borders. But
like borders?
Yeah. Well, I live in Northern Ireland, I don't live in LA.
Yeah, there's a plane. There's things
called
planes.
I'm going on holiday. Yeah, I'll see what I can do in 9 days.
To be fair, there's so many platforms. Like, I mean, you look at Vivian Campbell from Def Leppard. He's from Northern Ireland.
Fair.
He went through any gods. I mean, he travelled to America and he got there eventually, you know.
Yeah, well, I suppose it comes down to that.
We have the internet now as well. I mean, if you want to do something mad with, I don't know, like movies or short films or something or whatever, you know, do them.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that is what I would do because I just don't have the time. Yeah. Quite frankly. And if I did, I know that I would try to do that, if you know what I mean. Like, whether it be that, like, learn to act properly or, I don't know, learn how to host or produce something, direct, whatever. I think that'd be really cool. That's obviously very specifically in film industry, but I mean, that would be cool if I had no restrictions. I wouldn't work. I would just work on. I wouldn't work for, obviously I wouldn't need money, so I wouldn't work for a company or anything. I would just work on me. Yeah. If you know what I mean. Yeah. Like I would. Better yourself. I would learn. Like I've never learned playing an instrument in my life. Yeah.
Never tried?
Never.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I would love to.
I could never have gone my life without even attempting. Like I failed at it, like, but still do it.
Yeah, well, you've got instruments right there. I can see them. So, like, obviously you've.
But they can't.
Yeah, but you've obviously done it. But what I mean is, that's something I've never done ever.
Does it ever like cross your mind that you would?
I would love to be able to play the guitar.
Yeah.
But I say that, but I never do anything about it. See, that's what I'm saying.
Would you believe, as I was like thinking of these questions to write, that was one of the questions I was gonna put down. Like, that's
one I think of quite a lot. Like, I always think that would be something that if you're any good at it, like
it's tough. It is tough to do.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, but I mean, even just to the point where you can play like nice sort of like riffs or whatever,
nice melodies and stuff.
Yeah, so like that. It doesn't have to be. I don't mean like being able to play like American Idiot. What I mean is like, you know what I mean. Like, what I mean is like being able to play something that just sounds nice. Like that would be, I think, probably like a really relaxing thing to be able to do. Yeah. But
no, I would agree with
I've never taken the time to do that. That's on me. But if I had no restrictions, I think that would be something that'd be really cool to learn.
That's kind of cool. That could also bring into the sense that you already know how to play the guitar. There is no restrictions. Well, I know how to play guitar. That's it done. No, but I understand. Yeah.
So, well, if I was picking one on time and money, say for example, where money was no restriction, then that's what I would do.
You just try and do a lot of hobbies.
Yeah, because I think people with lots of hobbies are more interesting.
You get so much fun.
They're more interesting and
so much more.
I would love to be more interested. Like, you know,
I'd say you're interested. It's just
I think that'd be cool. Yeah, that's very kind.
Don't take it too nice. We're still friends. Like, you know, it's not that good of friends. Like. No, that's fair. That's fair. I would agree. this is sort of a tough question because it's I don't know. I was thinking as I was writing it, I was like, should I ask this sort of thing?
Right.
But it could be anything to you. What does the word success mean to you? Because it's quite a tough question.
It's very general.
But success in the sense, I don't know, like, again, obviously you would do things differerly and stuff. But
because obviously there's this success in work of completing your task.
Yeah.
But then outside of work, it's maybe not the completion, it's more the
experience.
Like the journey and the experience and what you've learned.
Yeah. Well, if you could pick one whole moment, I mean, work's different because you're going to have to do that whenever you go into work anyway. You have to do it. That's how you maintain a job. But well, yeah, that's what you would think.
Yeah.
But success in the sense of like, what does it mean to you as a person? What would you say? Yeah, that would make me quite successful. That would make me.
If the outcome is one that I can look at and be happy with, it doesn't. Maybe isn't like the perfect outcome, but like, let's say that I was learning to play the guitar, just for an example.
Okay.
And I was in early days, and I learned to play "Smoke on the Water."
As you do,
which is obviously what most people would go.
It's a great
like their first
song as well.
But you know what I mean? Like that particular riff that everyone like can play, apart from me in the world. Like
I could teach that in 2 seconds.
Well, basically, if I could do that, I'd be like, success. I've done that. That's cool. That's one particular thing that I'd be able to say, right, class. I can now play.
But that's a goal.
But you know what I mean. But that's a successful. I'd be like that's one thing, or, you know.
Well, in the long run, then let's say in the long run. Success is a big thing. Like that's a big goal. You want to do that at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, that'd be cool. That would be a cool thing to do. Yeah. And you've now said on recorded video you'll do it.
That's easy.
So I don't need to pay anyone, but
you don't need to pay me. You just pay me with your time.
Successful in the long run. Well, I want a job that doesn't feel like a job. Yep. Right, because that's one thing that we would talk about a lot. Mm-hmm. Especially in like with the other guys, you know, we would discuss work, not specifically, but more that we would want more, if you know what I mean.
You would want more, like
as in not more work, but more
out of work
from your job, because like as soon as you have a job that doesn't feel like a job, you're set. Yeah. Never move, never leave it, because you are set. Yeah. You know, you literally, in my opinion, as soon as you're happy in work, that is a third of your life. Yeah. Until you're like 60. Yeah.
Well, for our case, it could be 70.
Yeah. Well, exactly. So enjoy it. If you can enjoy work, that's success. If you are with your partner, and they, I don't know, like I always say to Rachel, like we're like two halves of a whole idiot. So it works.
Well, for you, I think Lauren and my relationship is a bit different. Because she makes for the full idiot, so I'm okay there.
But you know what I mean, like in terms of that, like
love you really up.
in terms of that, like the fact that it just works. Yeah. You know, like obviously, like everyone else, you put the work in, and that's how you get there. But that is a success. Yeah. For from the beginnings of talking about a book. Yeah.
That's what you want.
Yeah. So a lot of it doesn't feel like work, but you know it is, which again goes back to if you've got a job that doesn't feel like a job, then it's right. Let's think.
I'm trying to think of the words to describe that in like a small sort of thing, but like I do understand where you're coming from.
It's basically if you're putting in effort without feeling like you're putting in effort. Yeah, I feel as if you've hit whatever you're aiming for.
You're doing everything without doing nothing.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Without actually feeling like you're doing. So basically, that is what I would consider to be a pretty damn successful outcome in whatever you're doing.
I would agree. This is the thing. If you're ever going to ask me any of these questions, I'd be like, revert back to episode 7.
Reverse, yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. No, I would agree. I would definitely agree. This is. You better be honest with this one,
right?
Because I know you're an honest person and stuff, but I mean, this is quite an inside thing, and not many men would like to, unless it is quite embarrassing. I don't know.
Okay.
Do you have a guilty pleasure of any sort? If so, please do tell all of these lovely people what it is.
Yeah, of course I do.
See if it's not embarrassing. It's really crap.
Well,
because I love when people say like, "Oh, no, I can't say I'm a guilty pleasure." No.
I don't care. To be honest with you, I'm not really.
I'm a Barbie.
No, like guilty pleasure. So I'll tell you more than one actually. I don't really care. So first one, more recently I've discovered I really like musicals. They're great.
I wish you asked this question.
They're great. So I'll say recently, like it more came from La La Land, I suppose. I like the theatre too.
I'm sick of hearing about this film.
I like the theatre.
I'm gonna see the next time we have this like another episode, right? I'm gonna put a counter somewhere.
Just click.
Just have a clicker, yeah. Like how many
clicker.
times you mentioned La La Land in these blooming episodes, like.
So you
like the theatre and you like La La Land.
Yeah.
Have you been to the theatre?
Yeah.
Have you?
Loads of times.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just to go to. Whenever
Cats.
I went to see, I've seen Blood Brothers, I've seen Oliver a couple of times. What else have I seen? Flip's gone clear in my head. Don't know. I went to see Darren Brown and stuff as well.
But that's not really theatre work though, is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's in the Burgos Theatre in Dublin.
Oh, okay.
But and then whenever I was a kid, I've been to all the Christmas ones and shit.
Oh yeah.
But
that's the generic ones, you mean?
Yeah, but yeah. I like that. And then I went to see that The Greatest Showman.
Oh yeah, you were saying.
Which was I thought was amazing. Really, really liked it. That's one, I suppose. The second one is, have you ever seen the film That Awkward Moment?
I think so.
It's got Zac Efron, Michael Jordan, those sort of people in it.
Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
The basketball player?
No, the actor Michael Jordan that plays Creed.
Oh.
Is it Michael B. Jordan?
I don't know.
I have
no idea.
His name is Michael Jordan.
That awkward moment. I think I possibly.
It's called
maybe.
Zac Efron's in it.
So your boyfriend then?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And
that's another guilty pleasure. You enjoy looking at
photos
of Zac Efron.
Slipped on a third. No, yeah. So,
as did he.
Yeah. So that film, it's just great. I don't know what it is.
Is it a romantic comedy? Is it?
Yeah. But that particular film, I could just watch it over and over. It starts with him on a park bench, and to quote him, it's fucking freezing.
Huh.
And he says every relationship gets to the point where they say so, and when it's the so, that's when it's time to bail.
Oh right.
Goes through the whole thing, and
so that's the awkward moment.
Loops round to the park bench at the end. The girl comes over and he's the one that says so, and it just ends.
At the end of the film?
Yeah.
Why would you just say the end of the film?
Because you don't know the middle. The middle's the best. But that particular end bit, every time I'm just like, that is so good.
That's terrible. You can't just end the film like that.
No, it's brilliant. Honestly, if you haven't seen it and you don't remember that, you probably haven't seen it. You should. Well, you're never going to watch it, but you should watch it. It's
Why?
Really good. It's really good.
Why would I never watch it?
You're a big beard man. You've too many manly things to do.
Oh, right, okay. I enjoy rom-coms. That was the problem. See people that sit there and they're like see blokes and stuff, like, does my head in.
Like, don't be scared.
It's like, but obviously people don't like them. That's going to happen. But people that deny it and like watch it on their phones, just like, shh. I'm watching That Awkward Moment. It's very, very good.
Oh, it's so
I actually
good.
watched the film Table 19 the other day. The other week. It's
Never
quite a good
seen
film. Anna Kendrick. Your eyes lit up there, didn't they?
She's a good actress. She's a good actor.
Anna Kendrick and who else was in it? Craig Robinson.
Oh yes, yeah.
Lisa Kudrow.
No way,
From
really?
Friends, yeah. Quite a good film. They're not in it that much like Anna Kendrick is, but it's basically about. I don't know why I'm saying this. This is just really strange. It's about you. It's a very good film. You should go and watch it. I think you would enjoy it. Basically, Anna Kendrick is this maid of honor that was with the bride's boyfriend. No, not the bride's boyfriend. That's weird.
Husband?
Yeah. No, not the husband, because that's even worse. The bride's brother.
Okay.
Was if it was the bride's husband, then it'd be.
I thought it was like an ex.
No, that's terrible.
Okay.
It's a terrible film premise. That's awful. But she was with the bride's brother, and then they split up. And obviously the bride was like, well, you're not going to be the maid of honor anymore.
Yeah.
But she was still invited to the wedding.
Put it table 19.
Table 19 is the table of these rejects, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Steve Merchant's in it as well.
No way.
Mm-hmm. He's in it too.
Why does he always play a freak?
How would you know he's the freak? Just because he's at this table?
You said he was a freak.
I said he's a reject.
Yeah, but you remembered him from the table.
Yeah, well...
So...
Yeah, he's not a
He also plays a Caliban in Logan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
yeah,
anyway.
I know that's true, but no, he is a freak in that as well. But no, you should watch it if you like romantic comedy. It's very, very good film.
Cool.
I was telling Lauren about it the other day and she's like, that sounds terrible. So it's obvious who's the girl in this relationship, i.e. the bearded man. No, fair play. Any other guilty pleasures you want to grace these other people with? No.
No, I've just hit you with 3 by accident. It was supposed to be 2.
Well, the Zac Efron being the third one.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it.
I just appreciate that guy.
I just don't get it. What is it about him? This is the third guilty pleasure. So
I've said it before, right? And I'll stick by it. I think he's like 29-ish, maybe 30.
is he that old?
Yeah.
Last time I remember him was like High School Musical times.
If I could give up 6 years and look like that, I would.
But then you would just change your whole person.
No, I would just look like that.
Just as you are?
Yeah, well, yeah. I would still be me, but I'd be sitting here looking freaking gorgeous. So,
Gorgeous sir. That's just I just don't get that.
Yeah.
I just don't get people that like men. No. Like want to be another
what the
man.
hell, Lauren?
Yeah, Lauren, what are you fancying me for? No, it's like people that want to be other people. I just don't get it. Like women want to be other women and men want to be other men, or men want to be women, and well, that's fine. But like being celebrities, like why would you be like, what's wrong with you?
Oh no, I don't want to be a celebrity.
No, but no, want to be like.
I mean, I probably wouldn't be able to help it.
Don't even start. Don't even start. That's terrible. But no, like people, why change?
Oh no, I literally can't. But if if it was an option.
Yeah, but you could. Okay, you wouldn't get his face, but you can get his body. Just a matter of going to the gym a lot.
400 hours a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then why would you want to change?
Well, I could do that. I could go to the gym.
Yeah, but don't do it.
Why?
Well, what's the point?
Because
You got Rachel here already. Like she's not gonna be like, oh yeah.
I can do like a Baywatch in Lanzarote, and then you push me in the pool or something.
Well, so it's gonna be a pull at the beach.
Well, yeah.
No, to be fair, you couldn't do it in Lanzarote because the wind would just kick the beach back, so you'd look quite strange. But no, fair play. So posed to finish off the entire. It's not really an interview process, is it really?
Confirm the job next week.
Did it feel like an interview?
Did it? Is that what you said?
No, yeah, did it?
No.
It didn't feel like. That's
No.
okay. I'm glad it didn't come across as that anyway.
I wasn't trying to justify myself and saying I was great at stuff, so.
Not like that sort of interview. Not a job interview. Just to finish off, we've discussed this before, but
Yeah.
if you could name your autobiography, what would it be?
Oh.
That's a really good name, Clarky.
I put the tone in monotone.
That's terrible.
It's good.
I don't know if you've thought
I
about
haven't, that
this.
just came to my head.
I put the
I
tone in
should've.
monotone.
I should have thought about it.
Is that what you're gonna stick with?
I don't know.
I put the tone in monotone.
Yeah.
Just because
Maybe not.
that's your whole autobiography is just going to be about your life being just about your
Well, the
voice.
audiobook would be pretty bad.
Yeah, but I wouldn't get you to read it.
Well, I have to.
No, you don't.
Do you not read your own autobiography on that thing?
Don't think so.
Oh.
I would pay someone to read mine because I'd get all the words jumbled up.
What would I call it? Oh, you know what it would be called?
Well, no, you tell me.
Oh, I'm going to tell you. It would be called This Too Shall Pass.
But
And we'll look back to the start.
no, it's copyrighted now. You can't say that. So is that what it would be?
Yeah.
This
I
Too Shall
think that would be the perfect thing to call it. Personally.
So
I'm just literally just to reiterate everything I've just said.
yeah,
Because
this too shall pass. Okay.
yeah, because again, just a reminder for everyone that's got this far is that the bad times will end, and the good times, enjoy the shit out of those because they will too. And trust me, they're worth holding on to. So
Yeah, no, I would agree. I wouldn't put mine like that, but you know, I'd probably choose the tone. I'd put the tone in monotone. That's fantastic.
Did you actually think I was good?
I thought it was brilliant.
Well, that can be like the first chapter.
No, right enough. Is there chapters not better?
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just a lecture.
It's not a lecture. It's like a whole thing of your life, is it not?
Yeah, but it's like chapter 1 would be.
I was born.
Yeah, like chapter 1 would be like, you know, winning the first race. And then you'd be like, well, I won the first race at like 200 million sperm.
That's just wrong. You
It's
just
not.
This is a terrible autobiography. So
think about that. You're already a winner when you're born.
No.
Yes, you are.
No.
Yes, you are. Half you is.
Half of me?
Well, yeah. The egg didn't do shit. It just was there.
Good grief. That's just terrible. So instead you would put This Too Shall Pass as the actual title of the. Okay.
Yeah. I think that would reflect more what would be in it than.
I put the tone in monotone.
Yeah, that's just what it would sound like in audiobook.
To be fair, if I ever got if I ever got an autobiography from you, like say if you ever wrote one, and then you were like, "Here, fella, here's a free copy," I probably wouldn't take it, but
no,
you know,
you'd be like, "I already know this."
I would read like I'd flip. I don't even know if I'd read it. That's the thing. I'd be like, I can't read. So well, I can read. I just don't want to. But I'd like flip through it. And be like, I'd probably read it in your voice.
Yeah, that would be. That's what I'm saying.
Be really strange.
You would just be like, "Oh, I'm so tired."
Well, that's a good book to take to bed then, because you can fall asleep. It'd be very, very good.
It would be so wrecked.
No, I appreciate the honesty, Clarky. I do.
No, it's been good fun.
I'm sure everyone else would as well.
We'll get to you next week.
Well, thanks very much, folks, for listening this week, and we shall catch you in the next one.
All right.
Bye.